How are you doing?
Hey, right. Kirk, how you doing, pal?
Yeah, sound mate, sound mate. I've had a few trials and tribulations, but nothing serious. Do you know what I mean? But nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Good.
I've
Yeah, good.
I've been on. We've got the ladies of the night coming in a bit, and we've got the dealers on his way as well. So there you go.
Wow. Yes, sounds like you're having another rock and roll party.
Yeah, excellent. That's what it's all about. You won't make any sense, people, but we did Dougie Fest the other week, and that was the riders. They were tongue-in-cheek riders. And one of the guys in the band is still in the forces, and I said the cocaine's coming in a bit, so everyone panicked then because I said it live on air. So
I had to make a quick announcement that
that was joking. That was joking. A lot of the time I have to put on my social media, don't take what I say seriously. You know what I mean? It's like when I introduced the big boss, I said, "Oh, my brother needs to go and have a wee, and he needs a couple of lines." And I said, "Don't tell me, mum and dad, they're in the kitchen." But do you know what I mean? And afterwards, I go, "Why did I say that?" No idea. It just popped into my head. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny. I've got no filter either, so it's funny.
No filter. There's no filter here. But anyway, so for everyone's benefit out there, we Gallahers Green been rocking with them for a while. We had them at Dougie Fest, and we might even talk about that. But prior to that, we interviewed Mick, who's on now, and we wanted to do a revisited because Mick will probably tell his story. There's a track called Memphis. You need to go and check it out, and it was written about Mick's dog, he was a dog handler. So anyway, it's nice to talk to you again, Mick. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having us on. It's a pleasure as always.
Yeah, cool, man. Cool. How you doing anyway? How's life?
Life is good. You know, it's beautiful up here. I'm up in the north of Scotland, and I just spent the day on the beach with the dogs.
Yeah.
You know, sun's shining and it's really warm. You know, people wouldn't think it. It's not always grim up north.
Was you covered in lard? For the colder, you know that's what that for the Atlantic swimming on the beach.
On the beach. No, there's actually a group of women up here, and every morning when I go on the beach, they're out in the Murray Firth, up to their neck in the water, just standing there.
Well, do you know, years ago they'd have been in a nut house, but that's another kettle of dish. You know what I mean? Would have been locked up. A lot of people do that cold water swimming, don't they? It's
not for this call sign.
It's insane. Yeah, no. It's insane. I wouldn't even do it if it was in the Navy.
Yeah. I hated doing my swim test in the RAF. That was bad enough for me.
Yeah. You're going in, kid. You're a submariner. No, I'm going to stay in. I'm going to stay in this tube. So that.
Yeah. I just think, why do I need to swim? I'm in the RAF. But,
well,
they made us do it.
I'll swim when my plane gets shot down. That's the only time I'm swimming, pal. And then it's a life and death situation. But it's lovely down here. I mean, I adore Scotland. Was there? I've only been a couple of times, and I was there a couple of years ago. We did a bike tour up Scotland, a couple of weeks, and so you know what? The people are wonderful. Everyone, you go as a bike and you expect to get treated a bit crap, but everybody treated us absolutely impeccable. So hats off to Scotland for that hospitality. It was sick.
Glad you enjoyed yourself.
I did, man. Honestly, I did, and I'd recommend it to anyone. Get up to Scotland. It's mega.
I'm still traumatized from that time, Mick, you invited me up the Clydebank.
Well, that is understandable. Clydebank.
Yeah.
Oh, we never went.
Scotland.
We never went there. We never went there. So that'd be different. You'd probably get a different kiss there, wouldn't you? Yeah.
It was like West.
Not a lot of tartan and shortbread in Clydebank, that's for sure.
No, it was like West Belfast on acid. I felt I was a bit. It was a bit scary.
Yeah. There's places like that. There's places like that everywhere, isn't there? I suppose.
Yeah.
So what you've been up to? Because obviously, for people, we could revisit some of the stuff we were talking about, and people can go and watch the previous video. But I think I'll surmise that you were in the RAF. You ended up standing on a bomb, and then you've ended up losing your leg, haven't you? Which is unfortunate. And
below left knee, I had my amputation. That's nearly 12 years ago now. So my God, the time flies. But it's amazing that the impact and it still has on my life, because it's every day, isn't it? You having to put your leg on just to get out of bed and stuff like that. And I think about it every day. It never ever goes away. You know, it's always constantly on my mind. That the 4th of August 2011, as the song says.
Yeah.
It's, you know, my wife is very gallows humour. She's like calls it my Afghan waffle. She's sick of listening to me about it. You know, last year when I woke up, I said to her, "That's 11 years since I get injured." And she says, "Ah, you're still going on about it."
Stop moaning! You've only lost half your leg. Got yourself a Scot, you wimp. Yeah.
Yeah. In the military, if you're a below knee amputee, it's not considered a real injury.
No, it's just like it's a bit of a scratch, really. It's an inconvenience. It's an inconvenience.
Below knee buck she, they say.
Yeah.
Below knee buck she.
No, it's awful. I mean, I have nothing. I can empathise with you, but not empathise with you because I have had part of my skull removed, and I go like that and go, it's there all the time. I thought, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I go, yeah, but it's like fucking, it's. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. You can't explain to people how it makes you feel, but obviously, what you've got is very physical, isn't it? You know, it's
yeah, and people see it. You know, and amputees are always really warm because you get less body mass, but still get the same amount of blood, so you're always roasting.
Really?
So I wear, yeah. So I wear shorts all the time, and I can see the wee kids in the shops pointing and stuff, and some of them come up and speak to me, and you know, it's good. It takes away try to take away that stigma, disability amongst the youngsters, so that if any of their friends ever, God forbid, them. So
I mean, I've obviously got no filter. So your prosthetic leg, you've built, you know, the bit that you have to push on. Do you have any funky ones, or are they just like metal?
So this is a carbon fibre sleeve.
Oh, I like that one.
And that's a sole tire.
Oh, cool.
And then this foot is like top of the range. It's got suspension.
Yeah.
It's got forward, tilts forward and back. It's got torsion. It is awesome. Oh, wow. It is, you know, a lot of people in NHS just get a bit of metal with a foot on the end of it. This is like high performance up the hills. It moves.
Wow.
It rolls with you, all that kind of stuff. In fact, if I was wearing trousers, you wouldn't know I had a prosthetic limb. You know. Because it works so well.
Yeah.
You know, really good. And I was down in Glasgow last week getting fitted for another one, which is a blade, but not a running blade.
Oh, yeah.
Like a utility blade, so I can go in the water with it, so it's just a carbon fibre foot. When paddling and stuff like that. And it's really good on the hills as well.
Excellent.
I was going to say, not a running blade, and John's thinking, obviously not a running blade. You never done any running in the Air Force.
I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say.
You didn't see either of us running.
I didn't want to say anything. Hey, what you could do, it might be a new thing here. Instead of that for swimming, can't you have a little propeller put on it?
Well,
you'd be off, wouldn't you?
In the shed, a foot that's worth 30 grand, and it's motorised, and I sound like RoboCop, so it pushes you along. But the batteries all are kaput, so I can't use it.
I'm going to say you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that on air.
What's your dress? What's your dress, Mick?
Your shed is going to get mysteriously broken into this evening.
Yeah.
So
how many guitars? If I sold that leg, how many guitars can I buy? Let me see.
However, you could do an insurance claim on it. I've had my leg nicked, 30 grand. And just a quick one. Dylan and from the band from the previous coming in, hello Gallahers Green, and they're saying thanks for the interview. So wonderful to speak to you guys. Wonderful. It's great. So so I think I asked you last time. Have you done anything to? Because you're 12 years in now, 10 or 12 years in in your journey, which it's still there every day, and I don't think it'll ever go away. It'll always be with you. But you get to the point where you can sort of have you done anything where you've used that experience to help other people that have
yeah. I was down in when I was in Edinburgh last week. I was down at a really posh event supporting a charity called Bravehound, which gives companion dogs to injured servicemen. In fact, I don't know if I can move my camera. That's Sasha. I don't know if you can see her there.
I can see Sasha. She's blended into the couch there. Lovely.
Yeah. She's my companion dog. When I lost, and I got her from Bravehound, when I lost Memphis, I said, I'm not having any more dogs. That's it. Memphis is the one and only. And my mental health went really downhill.
Yeah.
I was just into myself, wouldn't go out, just sitting in the sofa all day. And Lorna, my wife, and the person that runs Bravehound, Fiona, they got together, and because I was a dog handler, they said, "Oh, we need somebody to puppy walk Sasha so we can give her to another veteran." And I went down to Northumbria. I sat in the sofa, and she came up, and she was only 8 months old, and she jumped up and sat on my shoulder and just started licking my face, and I was like, "You're not getting her back."
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So now I have Sasha, and then I have another dog called Rosie, who's a Springer. So and they both help with my mental health, getting me out. Like
nice.
even today, I was sitting in the sofa at 9 o'clock this morning, thinking, right, what am I going to do today? I'll go back to bed or whatever. But then the dogs need out. Yeah. They need walking. They need grooming. They need looking after. So the girls got me out, and I had a cracking walk along a beach called Rose Isle up here, which is stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, because you seem upbeat, which is great, and I love that. And I'm glad you're doing something because you're quite confident. You know, you're out. You know, you're doing your stuff. You're speaking, and some people are
also. Also last week when I was down in Edinburgh, I went to Sight Veteran Scotland, what used to be Blind Veteran Scotland. So it's all guys with impaired vision, men and women with impaired vision. And what we do is I go in and I tell my story, and then I explain to them about deciding to have my amputation and the issues it caused, and the mental health issues that I have, even still, in the ongoing process of trying to focus yourself and make yourself a presence and make yourself significant in the community and stuff like that. And I really get a lot from it. In fact, they've invited me down to Glasgow again in June to talk. Invited me down to Glasgow in June to talk to their Glasgow branch. That was the Edinburgh branch I spoke to. But I get to go do cool things as well. When you had Dougie Fest on the Saturday, I was at a really posh doing the Royal Scots Club in Edinburgh.
Nice.
With all the great and the good of the British military up here, and with my kilt on and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't do any Scottish dancing, obviously, but I enjoyed the food and the drink.
Good lad.
I love it, mate. I love it. I think it's wonderful. And do more of that. I think it's good for you, and I think it's good for other people because people need to know what's what to expect and how to get through it and how to keep going. So I think we need to have a chat with John as well, don't we? How have you been?
I'm enjoying just listening to you guys. But
I know it's good, isn't it? You're like a third wheel, aren't you? Just sat there and. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it used to be like when Mick and I were in Iron Apple. He'd be chatting up all the girls, and I'd be like stood there like his spare part, and I was like, I'm the better looking one. What is going on here?
It's not always about looks, is it? Not always about looks.
Gift of the gab, that's what it is.
I know.
I've recovered since Dougie Fest. What a gig that was. It was absolutely amazing, mate. And that you were doing it and re-highlighting the tune Memphis and doing some stuff for the Ben Fund. Again, mate, we can't thank you enough.
We're going to close the fund in a few weeks' time. Well, the end of the month, really. We've not got loads, but at least we'll get something, which is great. And at the end of the day, and it was about that, and it was more about raising awareness of the bands that we rock with and the station. And I think it's done that. And I think we've got some great footage. We've got some really good photographs that Brogan took that the bands have gone away with, which is great. And if nothing else from that day, and we said it on the night, because people didn't see, they only saw what we put out, they didn't see afterwards. But afterwards, what I really liked, all the bands that stayed long, and virtually every band stayed, unless they were gigging, stayed, and they chatted, and they've started collaborating together. And I think if we did nothing else on that day, and we did that, it was wonderful for that.
It was brilliant. And we met some great lads like Smoking Eskimo and La Vivas. All the bands were great. And just chatting to guys and girls and talking about shared experiences, what they're going through, getting ideas. It's very much, it was like that sort of punk rock movement, everyone getting together and helping each other. And it wasn't like a lot of bands out there are a bit aloof and they're just looking after themselves. But no, it was brilliant. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was I mean, you wouldn't do because they were obviously all having conversations and what have you, but that was almost one of those moments that should have been on camera, on film.
Yeah.
Because for me, we stays with all us, but it was like a moment in time when I thought something really, and I'm not just saying it because we organised it. I just thought something really nice happened with the bands and the way they interacted. And Smoking Eskimo, its track's going to be remixed by the Big Boss UK, so they're going to turn it into a dance track. You know, they were talking, Ryan Redwood's got gigs going on, they were talking about interacting and things. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the day was phenomenal, we loved it. So thank you very much for coming along, spending your time, your effort, and yeah, it was great. It was really good. So yeah, it's good to have you here. I really enjoyed having you here, and
no, it was brilliant.
It was cool.
Obviously, we wanted to play Memphis because anytime we play it, no matter where we are, and it's usually not being streamed, it's just some gig in some little dive bar somewhere. But I always dedicate it to Mick. And even before he even knew the song existed, I was doing that. But obviously we couldn't do that on the day when it was being live streamed because our lead guitarist had to leave suddenly. So, but we had to cancel a lot of gigs because of that. But we said, no, we can't not do this because it's for the Ben Fund. So we just put a set list together. Some of it was acoustic, some of it was some rare cuts of some of the albums, but no, it was a success. It was absolutely brilliant. But,
excellent. Thanks for doing it. Brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. So what does the future hold for? Well, both really. Let's stay with you, John. You've obviously lead guitarist. You've lost your lead guitar. Has that moved on any further? Have you got anything or?
Yeah, our bass player has sworn me to secrecy. So if I give away too much,
it doesn't matter. I'm just you don't have to tell me anything.
We put an ad out, and quite a few guitar players have answered it. So we think we found our guy.
Nice.
Or girl, could it be? That's a guy. But I can't give away too much. But it's all
that's
good.
We don't need. You can really reveal the big secret. I mean, because your drummer, has just got the most ridiculous amount of guitars and guitars, cymbals and he's like obsessed. So hopefully your lead guitarist has not got like, you know what I mean, like
double necks and triple necks. And,
all them. I probably said last time, I don't forget, I went to see Brothers Osborne, country band.
Oh, great band. Shoot Me Straight's a great song. Yeah.
Oh, I know. What I couldn't believe, right? There's the racks. I went with my dad. There's racks of guitars on the stage, and you think, why have they got all these frigging guitars on the stage? Every track, someone goes and brings them a different guitar, and I'm like, what's going on? It's nuts.
Yeah,
they used them all.
Lots of different. Yeah, he uses different tunings. Yeah,
unbelievable, absolutely amazing. So, what's coming up for you then? Have you got any? So, obviously, you're gonna have to wait till you've done some rehearsing and get gigging. So, you cancel your gigs. Have you got new gigs? Have you got new gigs in for you?
Saturday, 17th of June, we're at ATMA, AATMA, in Manchester. That's co-headlining with a band called The Distance, who are absolutely phenomenal. They're brilliant, real one to watch on the scene out there.
Excellent.
Then after that, we've got one. We're taking July off. Then we've got Pickfest up in Cheshire, Saturday, the 26th of August. And we're going on just before one of our favourite bands, Holy Coast. They're a band from Wales.
Oh, yeah, no, we play them on the show.
They're brilliant.
Yeah.
They're awesome. So we're really happy about that. So it's a really good lineup. Then we are waiting on some more festivals to be confirmed after that, before we publicise it, get everything signed off. And as I say, the hunt for the guitar player we were a bit despondent, like, oh flip me, what are we going to do now? We've lost our guitarist, but plenty of people want to join the band, so that's a success story.
Brilliant.
And we'll announce that probably next month.
That's great because I mean the thing is, people move and you know sometimes it ends up being a good thing, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It ends up being a good thing that person's moved on. At the time it doesn't, and they drop you in the shit or whatever. And they leave for whatever reason they leave, and you know it's gutting for you. But hopefully,
that's it.
You come out the other side.
We wish Tom all the best, and we've written 15 songs for the third album, and we'll whittle that down to 10, 11, 12, whatever. But it'll be somebody coming in with some fresh ideas. The person who we're looking at has got some good ideas. Loads of people have taken away the songs and sent us back ideas and thoughts and bits and pieces over them. So it's all positive. The third album will be totally different again. from the other 2 albums. So yeah, onward and upward.
Wonderful. Well, wish you all the success with all that. Sounds absolutely amazing. We'll be following you and playing your stuff. And yeah, any news, let us know. No doubt you'll probably come on and tell us all about it for a quick chat or something. No doubt. So
cheers, Kirk.
So
we appreciate everything you do.
No, and you guys, thanks for coming on. Really can't thank you. Everyone that came along to that, can't thank you enough. And it's same as everyone that watches the videos and tunes in. It's just nice because time's precious, and if anyone spends a minute with you, an hour or 2 hours with you, well, that means a lot. So for me, it's a pleasure. So what about you then, Mick? What's the future for you then? What you doing next?
Well, I think my main drive this year is to go and see Gallahers Green perform.
Yes.
You know,
You bloody should as well.
I have to get down for the north to the south. You know, I might not be able to hack it down there, but
mate, if you're a Galley Shields and you can make it down to Manchester, you'll be absolutely laughing, mate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you'll be laughing.
Yeah,
be laughing.
I will. At some point, I must. Hopefully, the RF Benevolent Fund will have some more events that I can go and promote the charity at, and tell them my story and tell them how the Benevolent Fund helped me. And I'm also doing that with Bravetown. They've got a dog show on the 10th of June in Ayrshire, so I'll go down to that with my dogs and chat to people and show you how the dogs support injured veterans in the central belt of Scotland. And also I work alongside BLESMA, which is the British Limbless Ex-Servicemen Association. That's people who've lost limbs, including they include eyesight and that as well. And they do a lot for us. They take us abroad. I've been kayaking in Florida with them, and I was in Colorado adventure training. So if they need me to do anything, I'll go into schools and chat about their charity and stuff like that. So
sounds excellent.
Now and again, so
well, you want to get onto the Benevolent Fund and say, listen, Gallahers Green done all this for you. Bob Bish Bash Boss, flyers down to Manchester. They're playing. Done.
Yeah, I should be making a event of. And these charities are open to these things.
Yeah, we'll play. We'd love to play for the Ben Fund for Nout if they ever have an event. We definitely. I don't know what a lot of the senior officers would think of us, but
the head of the Benevolent Fund, she is amazing. I called her Mom. Obviously, she's an Air Commodore, and then I kept calling her Mom, and she went, "Mick, if you call me Mom one more time, I'm going to knock you out."
Yeah, good girl.
Oh, it's brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! Absolutely wonderful, and it's been good. It's been good to catch up with you. I'm not even sure if there's any more questions I need to ask you. Oh, Eddie's saying, which dog gets you up in the morning for his breakfast first?
Oh, Sasha comes into bed and she'll lie on my head and I'll scratch her chin, and then she'll turn around and tunnel under the covers and lie at my foot. I was going to say my feet there, but my foot, and in between my stomach and my foot. And then the Rosie will come in for when she wants breakfast.
Excellent. That's what it was like in the cabin the other week. I'm not going to cast the spurs. I'm not going to tell you who was snuggling up to who, but it happened. You're like, yeah, he's just clicked on now. Wonderful. Kev B's on. He said, Mick, you are an inspiration. And I think you are, brother.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And if I can inspire any people to push on through, then good job.
Yeah, carry on. And I think sometimes when you're going through the stuff, and you're obviously coming back out the other side a bit more now, but I don't think you realise what that can do for other people, and their trials and it might not be for people in forces. It might be someone that's that's going through something else, and then you see someone like yourself that's lost part of the limb, then that's a big thing in it. And then
there's all sorts. I did a talk in Stornoway, and a 13-year-old girl come up to me, and because I explained about using antidepressants, she didn't say she was on antidepressants, but she's going, was it okay? What do people think of antidepressants? And I'm just saying, it's just a tool in the toolbox. There's no stigma, there's no shame in it. If you need it, you use it until you don't need it. And that's one of the highlights of doing talks for young kids. I might have helped that young lassie.
Yeah, you won't know, you'll never know. You probably never know the amount of people you've helped, because they don't always tell you. They don't always come back and tell you. And so you've just got to go with this blind belief that you are helping because you know you are. If someone's giving that feedback like that girl, then there'll be another 10 behind her in that same room that are the same.
Absolutely.
I've done a lot of talking in schools, and they don't say anything a lot of the time because they're too embarrassed. Yeah. But you know the feedback afterwards that it's done something. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well,
there's guys themselves that have to be positive and show people there's a good life out there, and you can enjoy yourself and have the good things in life.
Yeah, and I think that's the message. If anyone's at their lowest point right now, and we've all been there for whatever reason, keep on, don't give up, no surrender. I think is the message.
No surrender.
Keep on going, because you could just keep improving, and even I think it's very sad that we still live in a world where there's lots of young men who decide to take their lives for whatever reason.
It's scary, Kirk. Like, just before I left the RAF, I'm not sure if we touched on this in our last interview, but my role was kind of like the welfare point of contact. Yeah. And once we'd broken down the barriers of rank, if you like, and position, boys and girls would come in and chat, and sometimes they would have to be directed down that route of mental health support. And the military was getting better at it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
still a long way to go, but there's still a lot of lads that they just, from day one, were told, be a man, cowboy up, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, because that's what when I went through the whole mental health process, and I was on the happy pills, and what I was told by some people very close to me was like, "What's wrong with you? You look fine. You're all right. Just have a beer. Have a beer."
Yeah, and that's the trouble. You look fine, and normally sometimes it's the most happiest people are most unhappiest, isn't it? Because you're putting a face on for the outside world, but inside you're dying.
Yeah, one of the guys came to me and they came back and they said after they didn't want to take pills. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to take pills." Like Mick just coined that very well. It's another tool in the toolbox. You take up. It's just getting your balances right.
Yeah,
because there's obviously an imbalance. It's just like chemicals. It's like a little chemistry set, and once it's all fixed up, you know where you stand, and you've got little tools and ways to deal with stuff in your arsenal. Both it could be medication or just your own personal coping mechanisms. But one of the kids came in and said, "Oh, I'm on 20 milligrams of sertraline," and I thought, fuck me, I was on 200 milligrams, which is the highest dose. I was like, oh yeah.
You're playing at it.
Yeah, but it's talking about it. Like even now, somebody listen to this might go, yeah, I'm feeling a bit.
Yeah.
So a family member or a mate might be going, what's wrong with you? You're not yourself, and they might not even. I didn't even recognize what was wrong with me.
No, I never did.
It was my wife that said, like, you need to sort your life out.
Yeah.
And it was a long process. It wasn't an easy fix, but got to talk about it because I don't know if you've seen it. It's on BBC iPlayer. Carl Frampton, the boxer from Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He's done it. It's an hour-long program. I'd advise anyone to go away and watch it. BBC iPlayer. It's about male suicide, and he's just interviewing people. And out of all the UK countries, Northern Ireland's got the worst record of it. I don't know if it's a legacy of the Troubles or what, but he tackles it, and it's very much all about what we're talking about in the male. You can't do this. You got to be a man. Don't cry. Don't show emotion. Keep it all inside.
Yeah.
Which until we stop doing that, and blokes are able, boys and girls, anybody's able to come forward and just go, I'm struggling here. And they put their hand up, and there's somebody to go, it's all right. We'll sort you out.
Yeah.
Because taking their life is just so final, and for anyone to leave behind, it just leaves questions for the rest of their lives. What could I have done? What could I have said?
Yeah, I think someone said you know on that, like suicide, you're doing it to get rid of the pain, but actually all you're doing is pass that pain on to someone else. And you just
especially kids.
Yeah, it's awful, man. It's awful.
Yeah.
I know it's not. It's might be depressing, but we're talking about it because I think it just I think it fits into what's happened with the likes of Mick and those low points. I mean, because that could happen to you and you go, what's the point of living anymore? I've lost part of my leg, I might as well die.
Definitely. One thing I'd like to say is that you said no surrender. We need to change that because John can only say that to half his people in Northern Ireland. you might get battered for the other half.
Yes, yeah.
Say no surrender. We'll think of another call. We'll think of another catch.
Yeah. Especially you being a Celtic fan, Mick.
True. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Don't give up. That's what I mean. There's no giving up. There's no surrender. It's carry on. And
I'm happy with no surrender.
I wasn't trying to be political in any way. And
no.
You know what I mean?
I didn't think you would notice that, but that's a Scottish-Irish thing, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You see, I don't even know about teams and all because I don't even follow football. I've got not a clue. Do you know what I mean?
We used to have these rows, didn't we, Mick, when we were drunk about what's best, Irish or Scotch whiskey. Do you remember? And neither of us ever drank whiskey. We're like arguing about anything. I
know, it's bullshit, isn't it? My wife will tell you Irish whiskey. She prefers Irish whiskey to Scottish whiskey. I can't drink any of it because it gives me heartburn. So there you go.
Yeah, it kills me. I was sick on it once, and that's it. The smell of it just makes me want to.
But if you go abroad or you go anywhere, I used to work for a Mexican company. You go, oh, whiskey. I think everyone drinks whiskey in the UK. You're like, I don't drink it, mate. Oh, you all drink whiskey. I don't drink whiskey. I drink beer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll stick to the Peroni.
Peroni. Yeah, Peroni and brown M&Ms.
That was my rider. Yeah.
And you got the brown M&Ms.
I did. Yeah.
We did buy Peroni, but by the time you got here, I think I was like, "Where's the Peroni gone?" So
smoking Eskimos who drank it. I'm
drank
sure it was
everything.
them.
I tell you what, they drank some beer. My wheelie bin after Dougie Fest was empty before we started, and at the end of it, it's completely full. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just got emptied this week. Couldn't get any more in it.
Yeah.
That's what you call a recession, isn't it?
It was absolutely amazing. Just magic. Just a good laugh and no pretenses. Nobody was up themselves. Apart from me with my brown M&Ms.
Which was a joke. Which was a joke, but we did it. I believe that whoever that band was originally did the brown M&Ms. It was to check that the producer or who was doing the gig had read the contract.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I forget which band it was now. I don't know. Name a band. And that's why they put it on there. To make sure that whoever was doing it had read the contract. That's all that was all about.
Yeah.
So, Kev B, mental health is a terrible thing, not physical, but the brain is so complex. So I think we should sort of start wrapping it up now, but I think we should try and finish on a positive note because we've been quite depressive then, won't we? So I think.
Well, don't play any of our songs because they're quite depressing. So.
No, we're not.
Maybe play something a bit more upbeat.
No, well, what we'll do this. I'll probably get copyright, but you'll have to okay it on YouTube. We've got to end with Memphis, haven't we? We've got to end the show in Memphis, haven't we? Really?
That was me. That was me hinting for you to play a song.
That was Kirk, me. You know what I mean? And I've got all the movements and everything for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I've got it. So, is there anything you want to add? Anything you want to say before we play the track and let you get on with your evening?
Well, just thanks again. And if there's anyone out there that does feel a bit, if they're down or suffering, just speak out. There's no stigma in it. You know, there helps out there. And we're all here for you.
So you've got two charities. Is the RAF Benevolent Fund and what's the dog one called?
Bravehound.
Bravehound. I like that. It's got to be Scottish. Is that a Scottish one?
Yeah, Scottish one. Bravehound.
And on the top of the kennel, it's got freedom. That's when they get adopted. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Hello, I've got it. Anything for you, John, before we go?
Just basically keeping on with the mental health thing. The whole reason a lot of our songs exist was that cathartic release. When I started writing again was because I was going through those dark times. And like I say, I'm joking about our songs being depressing, but there's all sorts in there, all aspects of the human condition. If someone can listen to a song, like I know Mick likes a song off the first album called The Price, which is a little acoustic folky number, which about losing my best mate. If you listen to our stuff, there might be something in there, and if you like it and it helps you, that then we've done our job. That's brilliant.
That's absolutely wonderful. So what we're going to do? I was going to play the audio, but actually you've gone to the trouble of creating a video for that. So what we will do, we will find it here and then we will put it on. So because you've go and check Gallahers Green out on all your social media platforms and or YouTube or whatever. Where's that video? I'm trying to find it now. I had the other one. I had the audio set up, you see. But let me just type this in. This is great, this, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm a professional. Professional. So, right. So this was written for Mick, about his dog. It was called Memphis. And if you listen to it, for me, it can strap me down. I love it. I just love. This is a track that when I first heard it, every time I got in the car, I put it on for weeks. And I just turned it on full blast, and it was just absolutely amazing. So if this is not on the end of the video on YouTube, go and check it out. I'll link it in. But it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you both again.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for everything you do, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And you, whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. We love you to bits for it. But what do we say, Janice? Now, what do we say, Janice?
We say, cue the VT.
Till next time. Come on, play. There we go. Got it rocking. Thanks, guys.
Oh, thanks, Kirk. Really appreciate it, mate.
Right.
See you soon.
Cool. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Take care.
Cheers. See you later.
Bye.
Upside down.
big shout out to Mick and John. Thanks very much for the time. It's great. You could talk to him forever, couldn't you? Could talk to him forever. And there's Mick walking on the beach with one of his dogs, if you're watching the video. That's absolutely brilliant. I won't come back on screen because I've disconnected my camera. It was connected to a different system. Absolutely wonderful. Go and check Gallahers Green out. They're absolutely wonderful. They'll be all over the place. And those two charities. And go and investigate as for example the RAF Benevolent Fund. But this has been another introducing, but it's been a revisited, and we do this from time to time because we think it's important. But until next time, people. It's going to be Kirk out, but don't forget to go and check me out on Dougie's Atomic Dustbin on a Thursday. If you tune into the station 8 till 10 most mornings, you'll either get Eddie King when he can be asked, and I'm on Wednesday and Thursday when I'm here. And if not, there'll be something else playing. But anyway, thanks very much. Big shout out to Janice for organising the interviews and linking up with the bands, which I couldn't do it without her, and everybody that takes the time, trouble and energy to tune in, because we really, really appreciate it. But yeah. Enough said.